students, they go home. And when you graduate from this world, where is home for you? Because it's not going to be 500 Pacifica. That's not your home when you graduate from this world. Either you're going to be in heaven, on the awful place called hell. That's the only place. She said she's going home to be with God. I hope everybody in this church can say that when your graduation comes up. Can you say that? When I graduate from this world, I'm going home to be with God. That's why when we dedicate this baby later on, we want to make sure and pray that she will grow up like Jesus. What's that? Will grow up physically, mentally, socially, but above all, spiritually. Is that the kind of kids you have at home? They are spiritually acceptable to God. Well, because if you have only succeeded them in their finishing college or being smart and have a job, the Bible says you brought nothing into this world and you're not going to take anything out of this world. When you graduate, you only have a pair of clothes, a pair of shoes. That's about it. Even that you will leave behind under the ground. So think about graduation as a time to celebrate. Yeah, success. A time to rejoice. Oh, but look forward, there in that horizon, there is another graduation for everyone. Where you will be graduating from this world. What can you bring with you on that graduation? What can you bring with you on that other side of life? That's why we're here in this church. When we come here, that's what we think. That's what we contemplate on. That's what we focus on. The last graduation. Because that will determine where you will spend eternity. And that's why when Jesus graduated out of this world, it was a mixture of sadness and joy. Now what happened during graduation? It's a mixture of sadness and joy. Oh, when Mrs. Margareta passed on, there was sadness, but joy also, thinking where she is in the glory of heaven. When Jesus graduated, this is what he said, his disciples, on the night when they have that celebration. He said in John 14, "Do not let your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would have told you, for I go to prepare a place for you. If I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you to myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And you know the way where I am going." And Thomas said to him, "Lord, we do not know where you are going. How do we know the way?" But Jesus said to him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me." You want to be going home to be with God when you graduate from this world? Is that what you want? You want to be going home with God, like Mrs. Lincoln? Well, Jesus says there's only one way if you are to graduate to be with God. Jesus is the only way. He is the only truth. He is the only life. If you are going to spend eternity with God after you graduate from this world, your religion is not going to help you. How much you give to that offering plate will not help you. It's only Jesus. Jesus alone can help you. And that's why in Matthew 26, on that night when they were contemplating this celebration, while they were eating, Jesus took some bread, and we do that every Lord's Supper. After blessing it, he broke it and gave it to the disciples and said, "Take it, this is my body." Not kind of sad. And then he told them also, "Drink from it, all of you, for it is the blood of my covenant." You know what happened that night? They have what they call the Lord's Supper. It's their graduation night. Tomorrow, it's not going to be the same again. Do you know that that's what happened when you graduate? Tomorrow, when you wake up, it's not the same. No more assignment, No more waking up early, be there in that classroom. Things change when you graduate, you know that? And that's what happened to them. That night when they had that final meal, the next day is graduation day. Jesus was arrested, he was crucified, and guess what? Jesus says at that cross, he said, it is finished. That's what happened with every graduate. They're done. They finished with what was required. When Jesus graduated from this world, the last word he said on the cross, before he commended himself to God, he said, it is finished. What? His mission in this world was finished. He died to pay your sin. He finished it. The only question is, what did you do? Or what have you done with what Jesus has done for you? If you receive the life of Jesus, his sacrifice for your sin, he promised you eternal life. He promised his disciples, I will go and prepare so that when you graduate also, you're going to be with me. That's what we do. That's what we teach in this church. We recognize their accomplishment as great students. But we also remind them there are more graduations ahead. And only God can guarantee the final graduation, where they will spend that graduation from this world. Let us pray. Father in heaven, we just thank you again this morning. We can rejoice in the success of our students. We pray that you will speak to us out of what we've heard. You still remind us that while there is rejoicing on this graduation, rightly so, because they have accomplished something, they have finished something. Let us also remind ourselves that there are more graduations ahead. And if our final graduation arrives, that we're ready for it. We know we're heading, and we know what's waiting for us. Give us the praise, we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Let's continue our worship by giving back our tithes and offering. I would like to call on our deacon. And let me read to you the Second Chronicles, chapter 29, verse 13 to 14. This is David. O our God, we thank you and praise your glorious name. David said, but who am I and who